Okay, I just completed my math, Rasmussen Ready math test. Now, I'm going to say my math skills are a lot stronger than my reading skills. Took me 16 minutes, 7 seconds to complete the test, and I got 20 out of 20, 100%. Some of the questions, now again, this is why in the earlier videos, we talked about the general education classes, and I said, I do want to get a jump start on the courses, on some of the core courses, which, where are the core courses again? I said I want to get a jump start on the core courses. Let's core courses. What did I do with them? Oh my God. Is it getting late? Oh, there they go. There we go over here. I said I want to get a jump start on the core courses. So our core courses that we'll be taking are here. And I said that I'm not going to take all the general education courses, but I'm just going to take 2 courses that I think, people may have problems with. So I want to be able to take them and to provide that additional support. And that will be the advanced algebra class and the essential statistics and analytics class. But just to give you an idea of the type of math that was on the Rasmussen Ready math test, questions such as 3/4 divided by 5/8. How do you solve that problem there? 3/4 divided by 5/8 equals 8/5. How do you represent that? How do you represent that? And they gave you different ways. So that's how you would represent that again. Or another type of question was, how do you solve this answer here? And you always want to do everything in parentheses first. So that'll be 9 times 4 and 5 is 9 equals 81 plus 9 plus 7 is what? 16 times 8. What is 16 times 8? 8 was at 48. See, I haven't done math in a long time too. 128. So that'll be 16 times 8 is 128. So that's 81 plus 128. 128 and 81 is 209. Another type of question was, how would you solve this? 16 divided by 3 minus 57, 27. So remember, numerator, denominator, try to get them the same. So you could say, 9 times 3 is 27. So how can we rewrite this so that the denominators are the same? Well, if we multiply both, this by 9, we'll get 27. And then, 16 times 9, 9 times 6, 54, 5, 145, 145. So we can, represent 16 over 3 as 145 over 27. Now they're the same, so it's just, 145 minus 57 is, 145 minus 57, whatever that is, minus 57 over, 27. And then, another question might be, what's 30% of 56? Or they may word it as if you had, pennies and nickels. If you have 56 pennies and nickels and, 30% were pennies, then how many nickels would you have? Well, if 30%, you take 30%, well, there's two ways. Well, 100%, well, if you have 30% pennies, then, you have 70% nickels. So you can just take 70% of 56 to get the number of nickels. Or, that's one way to do it. Another way to do it was, well, how many pennies? Well, 30% of 56, you get that number, and then you subtract, the number of pennies to get the number of nickels. So these are the type of problems that were given on the Rasmussen Ready Math test. I mean, either hopefully you take an algebra. If not, then to solve these problems, it's not magic. There is a way to solve each of these types of problems, and to help you get through. I mean, I guess if you're having problems, it's almost as if it's like a recipe. If you can think of each of these problems is like a recipe. So, you have a recipe of, making French toast. There's a recipe how to make spaghetti. There's a recipe how to make a bowl of cereal. When you mean a recipe how to make a bowl of cereal, well, you need a bowl, you need a spoon, you need cereal and milk, and you put it together in, certain proportions, and the problem's solved. So think of each one of these problems is learning a recipe, a certain technique. So if you don't know it, then the way we're going to teach you how to do it is to teach you the logic, the formula, the recipe, or whatever you want to call it. I'll help teach you that recipe to solve that particular problem. So when you see the problem, even though you may have different numbers, I'll give you an example. 3 over 4 divided by 5 over 8. When you know the recipe, then it doesn't matter whether it's 16 over 8 divided by 7 over 9. Once you know the recipe and you can look at the problem and say, oh, I know how to solve this particular type of problem. You may have 3 over 4 divided by 5 over 8. Once you know the formula or the steps to solve the problem, it doesn't matter what numbers you have in it, because it doesn't matter. It's recognizing that, oh, I know this is the type of problem to solve. So I'll give you an example. It doesn't matter, Honda, think about all your favorite car, Honda, Chevy. It doesn't matter what type of car they have, but once you see the symbol, oh, I know that's a Chevy, so that's all you need to know. So I'll find a way to help simplify that so you know how to solve each of these types of problems. So, I mean, don't worry about it, but you still want to complete. Don't get frustrated. You still need to complete the Ready Math test so we know exactly where you're placed at. And they do offer, if you don't pass it, they do offer classes, basic math classes, to help you learn these different learn the different formulas and learn the different techniques to solve the problem. So don't worry about that. But again, don't give up. Take the test, and let's see where you place.